Okay, so now we're going to start our lesson, and you already know that we have our GK lesson today. My name is Miss Ikra, and today is Friday, 2nd of September. Okay, what's the date today? 2nd of September, 2021. Right, and the day is Friday. And which lesson do we have today? The lesson is GK lesson. Okay, so in our previous lessons, we learned a bit about ourselves. We learned about body parts. We learned about the senses. And today, in our further lessons, we are going to be learning the topic of good manners, right? So today I'm going to give you some new words that will be related to this topic. Okay? So here we're going to start our lesson. And today's question is, what are the courtesy words? Does anybody know what are courtesy words? Have you ever heard this word before? Courtesy words. Well, courtesy words are also known as magic words or polite words. Whenever you are talking to someone, you should be nice, kind, polite to someone. If you need permission, if you want to say something, if you're sorry. So there are some special words that you should use. Okay? And those words are called courtesy words as well as magic words, right? So now we're going to look at which courtesy words we're going to learn today. Okay, we have some students that are still joining us, Aslan and Mariam. Good morning. Okay. And let me tell you that we are learning about the courtesy words that are also called and known as magic words, okay? See, if you want to take some sort of permission, if you want to take any permission, like if you're in the classroom and you have to go to the washroom to maybe wash your hands or to use the washroom in any kind of way, so you have to take the permission from teacher. And so what word do you use for that? If you want to ask for permission, which word will you use? Yes, you will use the word may I. Which word? May I. May I is a courtesy word. Whenever you need some permission, if you want to ask for something, you will say ma'am, or even if you're asking your parents, you will use the word may I. May I wash my hands, please? May I go to class? May I drink water? So any kind of permission that you want to take, you have to use the word may I, as it sounds really polite. Okay, let's look at the next magic word. Oh, which word is this? It's called excuse me. Whenever, like, I am going to give you an example of classroom, right? Because we are mostly together in the classroom. So if you want to ask something to the teacher, you will raise your hand and you will say, excuse me, ma'am, because if you want to interrupt, if you want to, see, there are some, like if you want to interrupt in any way, like you're sneezing, you're coughing, or if you want to ask something, you want to interrupt somehow. So you will be saying, excuse me. You will use the word excuse me, right? आपको अगर बीच में किसी को interrupt करके कुछ कहना होता है, या फिर in the middle of the conversation, you start coughing and you're like interrupting, right? So you say the word excuse me, it sounds polite, okay? Now look at that. Look at this picture. What are these two boys doing? Which word they will be using? Yes, because they need some sort of a favor. This boy needs a pencil. So he is asking, can I borrow your pencil, please? So in order to sound more polite, because you're making a request, you are requesting someone. If you want to request someone, you will be using the word please. Which word will you be using? You will be using the word please. Please is also a magic word. Whenever you need a favor or you want a request, you should use the word please. Which word? Please. I'm going to ask you all these words at the end. So you better be listening carefully. ध्यान से सुनना है आपने क्योंकि end पे मैं आपसे ये सब questions पूछूंगी. I'm going to ask you one by one names of these, all the names that we've learned. Okay? Like all the magic words that we've learned. Okay? Now, let's move on to the next magic word. Oops, look at this boy. He's not so happy because he's done some mistake. He has accidentally broke something and he's really upset about it. So if you make some sort of mistake, which magic word should you be using? Do you know? Do you know which magic word to use when you make some sort of mistake, or if you are feeling sad about something? You should say sorry. If you're sad about something or you have made a mistake, you better be saying sorry. Okay? The ones that are still joining us, Elise and Muhammad Ali. Good morning to you all. Today's topic is courtesy words. All right, we're gonna have a little recap of it afterwards, but let me just tell you that we are learning about the courtesy words, and this word is sorry. Now, let's move on to the next word. Okay. When somebody gives you a gift, or when you receive a gift from somebody, what should you say to them? If somebody's done something good to you, or have given you a gift, or has done some sort of a favor for you, what should you say to them? Thank you. You should be using the magic word, thank you. Because if somebody helps you, they are being kind to you in any way. Like it can be like if they give you a gift, if they have done something nice for you, if they've done some sort of favor to you, you should say thank you to them. Right. Now let's move on to the next word. Like, okay, so we've learned about that we should say thank you. And if somebody says thank you to you, what should you say in return? Do you know which word to use in return? If somebody says thank you to you, you should say welcome. Which magic word were we going to use? Welcome. That is when somebody says thank you to you, you should say welcome. All right, kids, let's watch a video first, and then we're going to have a small recap of all the words again, and then I'm going to ask you, and then we'll move on to today's worksheet. So let's quickly watch the video.
At school, we not only learn from books, but also learn through manners. We learn to be polite with everyone. We learn to wish everyone. We learn to talk softly. We learn to use the four magical words: sorry, thank you, please, and welcome. We learn to always care and share. We must always obey all school rules. At school, we not only learn from books, but also learn good manners. We learn to be polite with everyone. We learn to wish everyone. We learn to talk softly. We learn to use the four magical words: sorry, thank you, please, and welcome. We learn to always care and share. We must always obey all school rules. We should be punctual and well dressed whenever we go to school. Must look after the school property. School team. There are so many people who help to make school so special. The principal is the head of the school. Teachers teach us different subjects. The librarian gives books to students in the library. Office staff does office work such as collection of fees and keeping the records. Cleaners keep school clean. Peons help the principal and teachers. Gardener looks after the plants in the school. The watchman guards the entrance of the school. Each and every one is very important. Must respect them and be grateful to them.
All right, students. So that was a small video just to give you a little information about some magic words that we should be using, and also to give you a little idea of why we are talking about good manners and magic words and polite words. See, when we're in school or at home, wherever we are, we should respect everybody, right? We should respect everybody around us, whether they are young or they are older than us, our elders, our younger ones. We should look after and be nice with everyone. And we should also use the magic words with them. So the ones who took a little time joining us, we are going to have a little recap of all the words that we have learned. And then I'm going to turn on your mics and I'm going to ask you one by one the magic word, right? So the first word was may I. May I is used for permission. May I is always used for some sort of a permission. If you want to ask something or ask for permission, use may I. Second word, excuse me, is when you interrupt someone in any way, like if you want to ask someone in the middle of a conversation, you always use the word excuse me, or if you are sneezing or coughing around, you use the word excuse me, because again, if you are interrupting and you are standing in middle of a crowd or in between two people, if you interrupt, you say excuse me. The next word, as I said, was please. Whenever you need any kind of a favor or you're requesting, you use the word please. If you are sorry or sad about something, if you are upset, if you made a mistake, you use the word sorry. And then if somebody is being nice to you or gives you a gift or has done some sort of favor to you, you use the word thank you. And if somebody says thank you to you, or somebody is new to something, you always welcome them. So use the word welcome. All right, so we watched the video as well. Now is the time to move on to today's worksheet. Let me first tell you about the worksheet. And then I will be asking you the magic words. Okay, here you can see the worksheet that you have to solve today. First of all, as you know that you have to write your name at the top of the worksheet. If you are doing it on a blank paper, still you have to write down your name. You have to write down today's date. Okay, and then as you can see, there's a word bank. This is called the word bank, in which we have all the courtesy words, right? And we have some pictures underneath, and underneath the pictures, there are some boxes. In the boxes, you have to write down the correct magic word. Like, look at the first picture. This girl is crying because she broke this doll. And she might have done it accidentally, but she's sad. She's upset about it. So which word she will be using? Which magic word? Yes, she will be using the magic word sorry. Now let's look at the second picture. The second picture is of a boy and a man. Now this man, can be his father, can be his uncle, is giving this little boy a gift. So what this little boy is going to say to the man? He will say, thank you. Which word? Thank you. Now look at this man, the third picture. This man is sneezing. So he should be saying, excuse me. What should he be saying? Excuse me. Now look at the fourth picture. These two little fellas, one of the fella is saying thank you to the other one. Maybe they have done some favor to him or have given something to them. So what should you say in return? You should say welcome. So you're going to write down welcome in the box. Now look at this boy and this man. This boy looks confused. So he needs some help. Which word he will be using? If you need some help, you need some favor, you will be using the courtesy word please. Now look at this picture, the last one. Here the boy wants to enter into the room. So he needs the permission. So for the permission, which word we're going to use? We're going to use the word may I. He needs permission. So he'll be using the word may I. All right, students. So this is what you have to do in today's worksheet. I hope you all understood. Now, if you have any question, I'm going to turn on your mic for a minute, and then it will be the time to say goodbye. Okay, let me turn on the mics. but speak one by one. Raise your hand and I can see your faces.
I'm done.
Okay, any questions? Raise your hand if you have any questions.
Excuse me, we have
Bahar,
excuse me, we have to photocopy of this.
if you can take the printout today, we'll be sharing this worksheet with you, okay? So you can take the printout if it's easy for you. Otherwise, you can just get a blank paper and
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
okay. Any other questions?
Okay, ma'am. Class
Okay. Ali Abbas. Ali Abbas. Can you unmute your mic, please? Can you unmute your mic, please?
मैम हमने तो प्रिंट निकलवाना है
Beta, if it's easy for you, you can take out the print. Yes.
कैसी करेंगे
Beta, both the KGs are here. We have KG Courage as well as KG Harmony. So this is why I'm saying write down your name and your class section in the chat box so that we can mark your attendance.
मैम
Yes.
मैम कैसी करें इसका नेम भेज दे मैम के मैम भेज दे मैम के
Okay, class. I think you have all understood what we've learned about. Beta, we have both the KGs with us. We have KG Courage as well as KG Harmony. Okay, both the classes are online. Now what you have to do is you just write your name and your class section in the chat box and I will be sharing the worksheet with you and you will take out the print if it's easy for you. Otherwise, just take a blank paper and you can draw some pictures and write down the courtesy words on that. Okay, and I will see you on Monday, inshallah, in school with another GK lesson. Till then, take care. Allah Hafiz.